guys, welcome back to the Against the Grain podcast. We're your hosts, Ariana,
Samara and McKenna.
um, our stage looks a little different. It's about fall weekend, as you can
Yeah.
tell.
And today we're talking about body image.
Yeah.
Something that's been a long awaited topic to talk about.
Oh yeah.
And I was actually just talking to Alex about this, and I brought up how this has been a topic that we've tried, I feel like, to get done time and time again. And she was like, yeah, I was supposed to do it. And she was like, it's the devil. Because he knows that body image, especially with girls at this age, like, it's
Just
such a heavy topic,
Yeah.
and he has so much control over.
100%. For real.
The devil is, like, the root of hassles, the thoughts that I have about
What's
myself.
funny is like the reason why I wanted to do the podcast. I remember telling my mom, like, I want to do it on body image.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we'll get more into like this story, but I struggled with eating disorder for about 2 years. And it was one of those things where like it was like really, really, really bad. And for me, it wasn't about food. It was more about like controlling like my life because in that time in my life, I felt so like out of control and like things were out of my control. So I would like work out a bunch. I would like be really, really healthy until things started to go into like a pattern of like not so healthy. So that's just kind of like my background with it. I feel like, the topic has been circulating, I feel like a lot through this group, and it's a topic that needs to be talked about. And I just want to like disclaimer, like it's not just for girls.
Yes, 100% on.
A lot of males struggle with it, and I feel like it's in different ways. So I just like want to put it.
And also, everyone's on stories are different. Did your guys's, like, body image, did anything about it lead you to God, or, like, did it lead you to God in any way?
For me, I think it drew me closer.
Yeah.
I had to like go on this journey of how God sees me,
Yeah.
and because how I see myself is so distorted from like validation or like just opinions, and like as girls and guys too, we can be very hard on ourselves. So
I think so easy to be hard on yourself.
Yes, I think for me, I just started getting to know God about a year ago, and most of my eating and like body image problems started around like 8th grade. So I'm a sophomore now, so it was a little bit more while back. But I think definitely getting to know God, it gave me a whole new perspective on just life, but especially body image. Like he views us as perfect. He made us perfect.
yeah.
So I feel like everyone just needs to view ourselves kind of more the way God views us.
Exactly.
True.
I think, like, my whole story with body image is the reason I'm here today. Like, I also struggled with an eating disorder, and I was in multiple programs for it. And in one of the programs, I had a girl actually buy me a Bible. Like, that's the Bible sitting right in front of us. She's like, she marked it up for me. And then also the person I met in one of the programs is the reason I'm here today. She invited me, and I genuinely would not be here without the people I've met along the way and without the encouragement. And just from then, I found so much good, and I still am. I'm so, like, into my faith where my body image, obviously, it's still an issue. It's always, like, I know it's always gonna be a struggle, even if I spend 24/7 with God. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a constant thing, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, but it's not as intense. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I feel like just having sort of like the Lord to just lean on and having him as our rock definitely helps me a lot. Just knowing that like when I need to talk to someone, he's literally right there. I can say a prayer to him and he will
Yeah.
answer it or like
Yeah.
get me through something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, social media is like a huge thing.
100%.
And like I did research actually on like the statistics or like data, I guess, for an eating disorder. And an eating disorder is like it actually went up at like during like post pandemic
Wow.
because of like isolation and stress and also screen time went up so much, which I thought was so interesting. I was like, that's how I feel. I kind of feel validated for like, social media is a big thing. I started doing research of what like teen girls like like workout culture is a big thing, or like videos of like what I eat in a day, which I'm like obsessed with. But for me, I started comparing myself with like, wait, I'm not eating that.
Yeah.
Like, should
Like
I?
maybe I should be eating when that's not the case. You're eating what your body needs. You don't need you're not supposed to eat what someone else's body
And
needs.
like the 10-minute ad videos that I think about.
Something I have written down is even Christian women fall into the influence of man. And I think that is something that so many people are so scared to admit. I'm scared to admit it half the time. Obviously would love to come off as this perfect Christian. I'm not. I fall into the influence of man all the time.
Yes.
And obviously I do things proactively to try and get better at that, but I understand that I'm never going to be perfect. And like it's basically I also have this word written down like the world enslaves us. And I think that is such a good way to describe social media. I feel like social media slave, basically.
Yeah.
And that changes my thoughts that aren't, and they become not Christian. I start leaning into the devil when I shouldn't be. And it's something that I've learned to admit out loud because I was not able to admit that before because I feel like, no, I got it all under control. But in reality, I'm lying to myself. God knows I'm lying to myself.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Like I feel like also as girls, like we put our identity in so many things. Like I didn't realize like this weekend how like much I put it into, whether it's like community, how many people I talk to,
Yeah.
what I look like, it's like
Yeah.
all of these things. I'm like, whoa, like my center focus isn't on God. And that's where like all the lies start to come in of like I'm not good enough.
Yes.
I'm not pretty enough, like as girls, like for like guys, does that guy like me? Like, am I not like, or am I not, enough for you? And yeah.
When that's not what we should be. We are enough for God, and that is what matters. So,
Only thing that
and like something that I have really tried to work on is God knows, like we know that God knows everything,
Yeah.
but it's really accepting that God knows everything and realizing He is the person who you can be the most vulnerable with. Because I am the same way. I don't want to talk about vulnerable things, even though I'm trying to do that right now. So I'll do that in my prayers. I would literally be like, and God, please support, like give me some confidence. I'm really struggling right now. I don't see myself how you see me. Goodbye, I love you. In Jesus' name I pray.
Yeah. So real. That's so real. The really cool part about that is like God already knows everything we're struggling with. He just wants us to come out and ask him for help.
Yes.
I think that's the most like eye-opening thing ever. Like he knows that I'm struggling. He just wants me to come out and actually express myself to him.
And be like, God, I need help.
I need help.
And God, I need help.
Exactly.
Like,
Simple as that.
Like, I remember one moment of, I mean, it's kind of part of my testimony of like really bad anxiety. And I would like stay up super, super late and just cry out to God because I didn't understand like what was happening. During that time, like eating disorder was so big in my life and like I felt consumed by it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, like I'm stuck in the house all the time. I feel trapped. Why won't you like free me? And it's funny because like I fasted for 3 days, but actually what's happening was it was just an excuse for like eating less. Yeah, I didn't realize that. And as I was sitting there, it had to be like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like crying on my couch. I was like pleading to God, like, God, you have to set me free. He's like, how can I set you free externally when internally you're in bondage? What? To yourself,
exactly.
to this eating disorder, to the lies that you believe. That started my whole journey. The next day, I told my mom, and it just started this journey of being honest with myself and with other people through this journey.
For you guys, like, obviously, like, I understand that you dealt with an eating disorder. I think a lot of people thought I literally just like snapped. It was like 1 second I didn't have one, 1 second I like did, or like vice versa. 1 second I did have one, the other second I did it. It did. I don't know. It's really. Did people bring that up to you? Because I know people came right up and they were like, "Oh, I'm so glad to see that you're better now."
Oh, and I feel like that's such a misconception. Like just like it's scary. Exactly like what we've been talking about. Like it's literally like a finger snap. They think you go from being, perfectly fine, finger snap to struggling a lot. And I feel like
Yeah.
the thing people really don't see is like what you struggle with just by yourself.
Exactly.
Because they see you in school, they see you smiling, but like as soon as you go back to your room, they don't see that part. And I feel like that's a really important part. Like the journey coming out of the eating disorder and going into it. It's just like building yourself back up is
And God
Yeah.
understands that it's a journey, but other people don't.
exactly.
Like when
They're not
I
here.
yeah, when I came out of like my treatment place, my grandparents thought I was all better.
Mhm.
Like the first thing she was like, "Oh, I'm so glad that you're doing like that you're better."
And you're like, hold up.
So doctor, like I'm not, but I'm better than I was before, but I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm not 100% better, and I never will be.
Yeah.
Like, and I understand that. I could be 99% there, but that 100%, it's always going to be a part of me.
Always gonna win.
And I'm not ashamed of that. It brought me to Christ. And it's not like I'm doing anything harmful now
Yeah.
like I was, but obviously it's still a part of me. So
Yeah.
I can never 100% get rid of it.
Do you guys still struggle with the thoughts or patterns?
So yeah,
100%.
Same.
I'll skip meals once in a while. Like I'm just like putting myself out there. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely always lingering in my mind. Some days it's a lot worse than others, but I feel like in those worst days I just gotta remind myself like, hey, God made me this way for a reason. Like
Yeah.
I gotta see myself the way he does.
Yeah.
actually, oh, sorry.
No, you go.
It's actually really crazy. The notes that I'm looking at right now are from Winter Peak. The meal before this conversation, I was struggling a lot last year at Winter Peak with my body image. I was having a lot of negative thoughts about myself, about what I was eating, how much I was eating, and I was just really struggling. And I think I talked to leaders about it because the one meal right before this, I literally had to walk out. I couldn't be in the area with food. I was just not in a great place. But then after that, I think it was a lunch. I think we had this group after lunch,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. And I was literally like, I was meant to be here. I literally felt like I was getting talked to. So sometimes all you need to do is open up.
Exactly.
Not that this is gonna like that everyone just has a body image group that's like you just go to. I'm very lucky, but sometimes you just have to talk to people because even the conversation I had with one of the leaders after my bad experience in like the dining hall, but before this group, I was like, she understands. I think it's so easy to be like, I am the only one.
Such like a big part of it is that we usually isolate ourselves, but as soon as we open up to people, like you don't know what they're struggling with either. Like you open up to them and they start talking to you, and out of nowhere it becomes this big conversation of just like a safe spot where you can literally just talk to them with what you're struggling with.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One of the lies in an eating disorder is like, you're not beautiful enough.
Yes.
And that's something that I struggled with. And through this journey of like basically like rediscovering who I am as a person, but in Christ, I like looked up the definition of beauty, just on Google. And I just like looked it up and it gave a couple definitions, but basically what I was saying, like aesthetically pleasing. And like
Aesthetically pleasing.
you hear that term a lot on social media, like
That is literally
aesthetic.
giving definition of beauty in social media's hands, and that is coming straight from
Yeah.
people.
It's all outwardly appearance.
And,
100%.
like, people understand that, like, some people need to understand that it's not just, like, outward appearance. I don't know how to put it into words, but body image is so much more than just
Yeah.
your body.
Yeah.
It goes so much deeper,
Yeah.
and, it's I have a note that says eating isn't just an action, but more deeply rooted. Don't remember why I wrote that down, but I really do like what that says because people think, oh, it's like, oh, you're just scared to eat that food. It goes so much deeper.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or like, wow, you're really eating that food, like comments.
yeah.
And I'm like, it's more than just that. Maybe this is the only food I'll eat. Maybe that's why I'm eating so much of it. Or maybe I'm not eating a food, not because I have bad body image, because I can't. Like maybe I have an intolerance. Like you really have to think about, you can't compare yourself to others because everyone has such different
journeys,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
situations.
Like even now, I see how many people in just our cabin are like gluten free.
Yeah.
So like some people might look at that and be like, oh, that girl isn't eating bread. She's so much better than me. Like that like it's crazy.
But like as you were saying of like, you know, about outwardly appearance and how the world looks on that, that's when I started to think of like, what's the biblical definition of beauty? And as I just started to like do like my research and just like sitting with God, it's so much of like inwardly. Like he like it's not about what we look like. He literally just goes to the heart. Every single time I like go to him, it's always like a pierce to the heart. That's what he wants. He doesn't want our bodies like physically. He wants us mentally, spiritually, and physically.
Exactly.
It says in the Bible in like Romans I think 12. We talked about this in YouTube actually. Where it talks about being a living, pleasing sacrifice to God.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what set me free. It's because I even though like I told somebody that I had an eating disorder, I still struggled in those patterns. So I kept living in that bondage. And I was basically like signing my body away to the enemy of
Mm-hmm.
like, but I want to look this way and I like feel this way, whatever. And instead of like my body being a living, pleasing sacrifice to God, whatever that looks like. And so that's like, for me, he looks on the inward.
Yeah.
And that's what like broke me was my heart.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time, I would practice my faith while still engaging in habits. And I was like, well, I talk to God now, and He's still allowing me to do these things. So basically, it's okay. It's not. Um, I learned that the hard way. It's not okay. And y- just because you talk to Jesus, that's a step. That is an amazing step. It's a hard step sometimes. It was a hard step for me. I didn't want to. I don't know. I was like, I don't know, with like in the beginning of my journey, I was motivated, but I felt like I was motivated for the wrong reason because I was like, oh, maybe if I talk to God, I'll be better.
Exactly.
I'll feel,
Where, yeah.
I'll heal. I won't hate myself as much.
Exactly. Even with that, like it has such a deeper meaning.
Exactly.
Such a deeper meaning.
And it's like, I almost like hate that part of my life because I'm like, I was getting into faith for the wrong reasons. And I'm so grateful that I learned that's the wrong way. I'm so grateful when I started getting into it, I realized it was so much more than that.
But I feel like that plays such a big part because even though you went through that, like God pulled you out of that and he taught you through that.
And he taught me that he is so much more than just an scapegoat.
That's for real. That's for real. It's funny because in the middle of my eating disorder, I actually signed with a modeling agency.
Oh, wow.
So I would go to like these like classes and I would go to like an expo, right? And we all walk for these judges and
Yeah.
it's literally all about how you look.
Oh,
And I remember like walking into these things and you literally feel a heaviness.
yeah.
It's because all these girls, all these guys, they're not talking to one another. They're literally just standing there.
How we looking?
Yeah, looking at somebody, he's looking at somebody else. I remember these two girls were like pick at themselves in the mirror right before they would go out. It broke my heart because my classes were actually after church. So I would go to church and then afterwards I would go to these classes and like the difference
Yeah.
is so interesting. And I was just like that opened my mind to like first of all, I'm not alone. Second,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Like I didn't realize like how deep it goes for each and every single girl or guy out there. And it just, yeah, I remember that and I was like, whoa.
And so crazy because like eating disorders and bad body image, it doesn't just change how you look, it changes how you act. At least especially with me, I was a bad person when I was in the worst of my eating disorder. I was making decisions that weren't healthy for me, not just eating wise, but also when it comes to drinking, smoking, going out with the wrong people. I was making bad decisions because I just didn't care. I didn't have a reason to care. And it put me in a place where just had no hope.
Yeah.
I forget where I was going with this. But like through that, I think Jesus was like, she's got to hit a rock before she realizes I can pick her up. And when I hit that rock, the day after I met the girl who eventually bought me that Bible. So the more I think back on it, the more I see how much Jesus was involved, even when I was doing everything to disrespect him because I never grew up with faith. I started here, like coming to Calvary, like a year and a half ago. It probably less than that. Like it has been such a quick journey but such a fun journey instead. A journey that cannot wait to see my future kids go through.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's deep.
No, I feel like the thing about hitting rock bottom, I feel like that's so crucial in everybody's like
Yeah.
journey because it kind of like for me, I know when I hit rock bottom, like just knowing that God pulled me out of it and knowing that He has the ability to literally like change your life around just if you put your trust in Him and just if you
Mm.
literally just talk to
If
Him,
we give him our bodies,
give Him our bodies, give Him all our thoughts.
like he will take the most care of.
He will
Of that.
He will answer our prayers. He will get us out of whatever hole we're stuck in.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's just so crucial because it definitely helps me with like just my entire faith.
And I literally have in here, suffering has the ability to shape us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I think you have to suffer to be shaped.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be
Put
shaped
through the-
from nothing.
Exactly. Put through those trials.
Exactly.
And the other thing is like learning how to get out of them.
It's trusting God. And people's trials are so different. And I hate when people are like, oh, this person has been so through so much more than this person. Oh, I feel so bad for you. You've been
Yes.
through so much more than me. No.
No.
Sure, some situations seem a lot worse, but they affect everyone.
Exactly.
Maybe one person we have 2 people with eating disorders. This person got healed in a year. This person, it took them years to heal. They still went through the same, not the same, I don't want to say the same pain, but both of them, one isn't more than the other. They both had it, eating disorder, and they both,
Pain is pain.
exactly.
Um,
And I hate the even comparison with eating disorders, especially if I would start comparing other issues, how my life looked compared to them. I'd be like, oh, they have a better life than me, or oh, they have a worse life than me. No wonder like I'm here or something. Like those kinds of comparisons. And the more I think about it, I like get disgusted with myself because I'm like, I can't believe you were that kind of person. And it just makes me even more grateful for God. Because I'm like, I know he didn't enjoy seeing me as that person, but I did go through that to find him. So like
Yeah.
it's so hard because I hate it and love it because I'm so happy I went through it. So to be here today.
Yeah.
But I'm also so mad that I went through it
Yeah.
because of what it is.
That's amazing.
yeah.
On both, like, I guess that not saying because life is a journey, but is there something that you guys learned about yourself or about God coming, or like even just, I don't think eating disorders always stop. I think will always be a part of you. Yeah, it's just choosing not to give into it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think for me, it's definitely with that trust thing. Like, if I put my trust into Him, if I literally give Him, whatever I'm dealing with, He will take that away and He will help me through it. That's definitely been a big part of my journey, just knowing that He'll always be there for me, always be there to talk,
Yeah.
listen.
He's a good father. Yeah.
Very good father.
And like I think it's this a whole everything has taught me to just thank God more.
Yes.
For more than
Yeah.
just the things around me. For like specifically the things he's given me to like my abilities. I thank him for my abilities all the time since I struggled so much on just hyperfixating on how I looked. When I started getting closer with God, I started hyperfixating on what I can do. And that can be frustrating sometimes because sometimes I can still find a way to get down on myself about that. But I try and thank God. Like I play lacrosse. I also do my school's musicals. Without a doubt, I thank God. Thank you for giving me the ability to dance. Thank you for giving me the time to put into these things that I love.
That's good.
So like things that make me happy other than just like how I look. I also thank him. I thank him all the time thank you for I had a good day today. Like I had a lot of confidence today. Or if I know I'm about to walk in, like before I came here, I was like, God, please with this podcast, like let me speak to people, speak through me. Like I hope people feel heard.
Yes.
Let me be vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I get that. I didn't realize 'cause we've been so busy. Like everything feels like a blur, but like so much fun. But I didn't realize that this week was a big weekend for me. It's my first fall weekend.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't want to get emotional, but like this is something that I prayed for and like I never thought I'd be able to do. And now I'm like on a podcast talking about me eating this whole like that's so crazy. And my Santa socks. It's like
And your Santa socks.
and you're saying, well, guy finished eating an ice cream cone, so like it's spelled water. But like I didn't take time to, like, just praise him
Yeah.
and, like, say, "Thank you so much." I'm, like, worrying about all these little things, like not taking a shower and how much I stink. So
We all think
I'm like, I need to put people. But, like, I didn't realize I was just, like I would just, like, look around as I was on my way here eating my ice cream cone. I'm like, "Wow, like, thank you, Jesus, for, like, allowing me to do this and, like, being able to talk because that's all I wanted to do." I told my mom, like, even if I get on one podcast, I want it to be about my body, like,
Yes.
image and my eating disorder.
Community is so important.
Exactly. And
So important.
like I started the episode saying, I talked to Alexa and we were basically like, the deaths made this not happen. I think God is such a strong presence, especially at retreats, but especially right now. Like I just feel him so heavily right now. And I've been watching him work so heavily through people in just the not even 24 hours we've been here. And I think he is really putting like a protection over all of us and really not letting the devil touch this topic
Yeah.
and just letting us be ourselves, letting us be vulnerable, letting us have fun while talking about something so
Yes.
hard.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I love this so much.
Me too.
I didn't expect to cry. Guys, come on, it's okay. And thank you guys for so much for sharing.
Thank you guys for watching. We're going to go back to our fall weekend activities, and we hope we spoke to some of you, and we love you, and we'll see you on the next podcast.